Hello, everybody, and welcome to a special episode of Day Job with one of my favorite Netrunner humans, Russell, otherwise known as Talasin from the United Kingdom. Thank you very much for coming on, Russell.
You're welcome, Dan. Good to
So,
be here.
so you've kind of distinguished yourself a little bit as a bit of a criminal player, shall we say, and also a very good testing partner. So I decided, since I stayed home, I'm feeling a little under the weather today, and that enables our stars to align, that you and I would play a little Netrunner together.
Yeah, that's good. I'm going to say it's interesting, right? Because I think I have historically played a good amount of criminal, and then none at all until Liza came along and took it to a regional in the United Kingdom and made the cut with her. And she's great if you can stay away with just stay away from all the terrible Argus players who are out there.
Yeah, only a monster would play Argus.
Yeah, a monster, a scallion, a rogue, or a scoundrel, one of them.
Blackguard.
But I like Lisa. I like the aggressive style. You just gotta do the best that you can with the tools that are in front of you. And if that means racing to score the points before you get killed, then that's the
What
way.
you do, yeah.
That's what you do.
And so this deck was actually piloted by friend of the show, Christman, otherwise known as, or his handle's Christman, but Christian from Trace 5, and to his victory at Euregio, I think that's how that's pronounced.
Euregio, I think. Yeah,
Euregio.
yeah, at the weekend. So he did really well with this. And despite there being three Argus in the cup.
I'm going to link his fantastic coverage of that tournament in the show notes. So how do we feel about this opening hand?
It's got money. It's got Paragon, so we can filter our draw. Seems fine, and we don't mind face checking until Scorp is set up. And I don't think Scorp is going to be on kill, so probably we can avoid that. But who knows?
Let's keep it.
Keep it. Yeah. Gamble, Paragon, Laundry, probably.
All right. So we'll gamble. We'll Paragon. Dirty Lawn. I didn't mean.
No, don't.
Yeah. I clicked the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Always take the accesses, kids.
Yeah.
No, we will not send that dirty laundry to the bottom of the stack. All right.
Okay.
Ow, Balder. All right. So what are we doing with our last click?
Well, you've got two choices. You could face check HQ. I mean, I often do that. Doing it last click, but
Let's do it.
that a go. While you've got nothing, no programs installed, worst thing is that it's maybe Mausolus, which we probably don't care about it. But
Okay, so this looks like we may be moving towards some sort of like barrier lockout. I know that's a bold claim to make this early, but people don't play Mirror Madi unless they're running a lot of barriers.
But we know they haven't drawn an ice, so if they don't have any ice from R&D, we can index them next. Well, they drew an arch. We saw an archer. There you go.
So let's do it.
Let's index them.
And we're going to get to draw off this. Mwah.
Lisa's early tempo is so good if they don't have the breakers that are there.
I did that in the wrong order. No, we will not send Apocalypse to the bottom.
Okay.
All right, so no agendas.
Blah.
We could put the preemptive action at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to just pile all the ice beneath?
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to put the Tithonium on the top because that's the one that's the crappiest for them to res.
Sure. And it's not going to do us any damage either until we've got programs installed.
Yeah. So we've got 3 clicks left. We did draw a Mina and a Rogue trading.
Mm-hmm.
So
you could put the Rogue trading down and take 6 off it, or you could draw, put down Fairy. I don't know.
I think I'd rather do the rogue trading play. Like, playing down the ferry just increases the value of the Tithonium play if they have something to rush behind it.
Yeah, sure. We need to get turtle, or we need to get. Actually, it's not just a barrier lockout because we've seen an archer as well, and we've seen rototerror. So it's not barrier lockout, which
That's
is
good.
Yeah.
Hey, running parallel. It's good to see you. All right, so they went for the rogue trading, which is wise. Okay, Balder, you can get up here. As long as you stop clawing me. All right, so do we think that's a Tithonium? It's probably an Enigma, right?
Did they draw that? I don't think they did, right?
No. So do we want to try to force the Tithonium res?
I would always face check stuff against Scorp. It costs them money, and it's not going to do us any harm typically.
Yeah. So that's...
The thing is, we think they know it. They know it's it gets us the draw. That's fine.
No. And now we've had a successful run there. Not that that matters yet. All right. So do we want what do we want to do here? Do we want to draw?
I would draw Laundry Archives. We want to keep the Paragon in hand for post-apocalypse.
Yeah. So, Laundry.
Yeah, Laundry Archives for money.
And then...
Well, you got a couple of choices, right? They're going to draw Enigma. They're going to draw Tithonium. So we don't have the barrier breaker for Tithonium. I mean, putting Ferry down isn't terrible.
Yeah, I think that's our best option because there's not really anything we want to pitch right now.
The Rotor Turret. We know that they're drawing Rotor Turret in a second.
Okay. So, do we want to draw first?
I'd run Archives for the draw.
Right. We don't hard draw. Now, it's worth noting, if they are on high-profile target, eventually this game will just end.
It will.
So we now have 2 copies of Amina in play, but we also have a bankroll, which is really nice.
Bankroll's good. So the question is, where's the Tithonium? And they can't res the archer yet. They can... We just need to avoid face-checking Tithonium.
That is 100% accurate. I mean, we have multiple copies of Breakers, right?
Yeah. Actually, there's no turtle in this deck, so it's not a Namakura deck.
Yeah. All right, so...
Getting the bankroll... Bankroll... I mean, you could ditch the Paragon. I don't think you want to ditch...
You don't want to ditch second copies of Breakers we're going to need.
No, I don't think so. I would... You could draw... Gamble, and then drop the Paragon, I think.
Yeah. Paragon's the card we're going to need the least after the flip.
Yeah.
This embezzle's looking pretty because we can go into HQ once we do have Saker and say Operation and probably get some of their counter-attack power out of their hands.
Yeah. So if that's Tithonium, how bad is it if that's Tithonium?
On Archives?
Yeah.
It's not great.
But then we can run through it with impunity afterwards. I think it's probably Enigma.
What, on Archives?
Yep. I'd run Archives. Make them Resurrice that we don't care about.
Okay, well, I'm just trying to get my cat to settle. Because he will not settle. Alright, let's run Archives. Roto turret. So
That's
we're
fine.
going to lose it anyway, so we break.
Yeah, just break it. That's fine.
Got some money there.
We get the draw. We get the Paragon and Scry.
If we get Saker here, it's 100% worth it.
Hold on. What's he doing?
He's removing...
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
So... I'm actually going to send Sure Gamble to the bottom because I'd like us to draw a breaker.
Totally. Okay. Ironically, strike is essentially dead, right?
Right. Because anything that goes into our bid might as well be on the moon.
Yep.
I don't.
So,
Hmm. Mm-mm-mm.
so you can force some more reses, right? So you could run R&D. Let's see where the Enigma is.
Do we think that?
Harder resing to this, so that's fine. So
So
we well take the Paragon money. Take the Paragon money. We know where it is. That's fine. And there's nothing else that's going to cause any problems to us there. Okay. So what's the rest of it?
hang on.
Yeah, so you jack out there. Okay. So we ditch the employee strike because it essentially does nothing.
We really need to break our last breaker.
I think you install Fairy. What is our other sentry breaker in the list?
The other sentry breaker is 3x Femme Fatale.
Okay, so 3 Fem. That's not terrible. Okay, so we just got to find them essentially.
Yeah, I mean we can even Femme Miramati if it absolutely comes down to it.
I would take a credit and ditch the strike.
The thing about Liza's very, very, very rich.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so rich.
Right, so that's Enigma, we think.
Yeah.
Okay.
They just best defensed Fairy.
But that's fine.
I'm going to go check that. I want to see what that is.
Yeah, sure. It's probably like vanilla. Oh, that's NGO.
Yeah, I mean...
Sure, okay. Well, we get the Paragon. We get the Paragon option.
Yeah, we can send that to the bottom for now. We need Saker. Saker's also not terrible even if we don't Apocalypse right away.
Right, so we know the Enigma is the inner ice on R&D. So it's not terrible to install Amina. We know where it is, right?
Right.
But let's draw a card. Perfect. That's Fem, right?
Yep.
Fem, the Miramati run R&D. They've got to have agendas in hand by now.
Well, you mean run HQ?
Fem, the Miramati on HQ.
Yeah, and then run HQ.
Yeah, or you can. Yeah, I think. Yeah, run HQ.
Or do we want to embezzle?
Let's see what's in there, right? Let's take a look. If they trash that ice next turn, then we can still run archives for not much money.
And there's Saker.
Okay, right. So running last click did get us the draw. That was kind of silly.
Now they're in the danger zone for like doof and stuff, which is also nice.
Yep. So yeah, you want to keep the doof. How many indexing in the list? Is it 2 or 3?
I believe it's 2. Yeah, it's 2.
Okay. So what's the most useless card here?
Probably embezzle.
Yeah. So I think you drop embezzle, and
how many Aminas are we playing? We're playing 3 Aminas.
Are we going to need to Apocalypse them to win this game? Is the question.
I don't think we are. Indexing is pretty clutch.
Yeah, I think you maybe drop. Well, see, if you're not going to Apocalypse, you can drop an Amina. Although they're going to, they're probably on some kind of weird Trojan horse plan or something else like that, right? I'd say drop. What can we clear the board with APOC is the question. If you drop Saker, then we can't get through. Yeah. Yeah. Just, what do you think, Dan?
I think it has to be the Amina.
Okay. We've got one more of those, right? We've got 3 of everything.
Yep. This is a 3x list. We can... Okay, so they didn't replace the ice. So we can doof and also get the draw.
Yep.
Feels good.
Feels very good.
It always feels kind of weird when you play against certain types of criminal as Scorpios, because it's just like, oh, I can trash everything that they have.
Yep.
That doesn't matter. All right.
I think maybe put the sucker down and run HQ.
Yeah. Seems right.
They must have agendas in there. All right.
No, but they do have Trojan horses that they're unlikely to ever be able to land.
Yeah, so now putting down the rogue trading and taking money next turn is not terrible.
Ooh.
Because it's them spending money to do that. All right. So maybe that's the enigma. So maybe you put a Mina down, run the remote.
It's probably going to be like a vanilla. No, they're just going to let us have it. No, do not send a version of funds to the bottom of the deck.
Yeah.
And then draw for doof. Maybe just gain a buck.
I'd say run HQ, right? I would always run HQ.
We're going to end up drawing 2 cards. If we
oh, yeah, sure. No, we don't. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so that's fine. And then you doof.
All right. So that probably is something that they think is going to keep us out, so it might behoove us to drop Saker.
We've got a couple of options here, right? So you can run Archives for Paragon Scry, a sucker counter, and 2 draw.
Cards. Yeah, we can do that first. That's
option.
A really solid opener.
It's going to cost you
$2.
$2.
I mean, that is a lot of value crammed into a single click. This is like old school. Ooh, credit kiting. That's exciting. No.
Yeah, I don't think we need that right now.
We don't need it right now, but it's a great value card.
So you could put Saker down, and then doof them the last 2 clicks.
Yeah, seems right. This deck is really lean and mean. I really like it.
One thing we've just got to make sure we do is stay well ahead of them on money, because Trojan Horse would not be great.
No. The good news is either they res ice here and they have no money, or they don't res ice here and they have no money.
Yeah. And once we have enough sucker counters, we can also think about... Actually, it's not... How much does Saker cost to break Tithonium?
Base? It is 7.
7, ugh. But it's not so bad if we can sucker it down.
Yeah, if we can sucker it down to even 3, it just becomes 6, which isn't terrible.
Yep.
Hey, Stoppable Force, thanks for the follow. All right, so there's the ice wall.
Break that. Yep.
And then Fem. Fem's doing work, because that Miramati is supposed to be, to be taxing us, and it's just not going to. Now, we're primed and ready. We could potentially go for an Apocalypse in a couple of turns.
Could do. Sure. I mean, the agendas have got to be in HQ right by now. Gaining 3. So I think you take an HQ access to start off with.
Just a normal HQ access?
Yeah. It's going to cost us like 2 for that. And then we get 1 back off Paragon.
Yeah, those 1 credit accesses, pretty good.
And then let's see what Lisa gets us. And there have to be agendas in
The
there.
Paragon Liza combo is just, it's so righteous. It's so good. Oh no, I would love that bankroll, thanks. All bankrolls are good bankrolls, right?
Okay, preemptive action in hand. So the question is when do you want to index, right? So we can index fairly cheaply through Tithonium. They're going to click for credits next turn, so you want to doof them next turn.
Yeah.
So put road trading down, click road trading, ditch the sucker probably.
Yeah, with the extra sucker, yeah.
If they take time to trash that, then they're just going nowhere.
They're
Right?
saving us the 2 clicks for diversion of funds then.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's NGO.
Yeah, so
Or hostile.
we
right,
yeah.
It's NGO. All right.
So do we try to poke R&D to get the Enigma res and then go in for the doof?
I would index, right? I think you can index here. We've
Yeah,
got enough sucker counters to make it affordable.
Well, here's what we can do. That will be really something.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, cool. You can do that, can't you? At Seika. Yeah.
I'm going to de-res it and bring it back to our hand.
Totally. Of course, if that's another barrier, we're kind of sad.
I'm 99% sure that's the Enigma. All right, we're going to do the replacement effect. Hostile takeover is the only thing in there.
Right. So you could put that one down. Got a couple of options here. So you got money to take off trading. We want to get Sega back down again because if they res that,
we can credit kiting for it for free.
That's very good.
Because we made Essentials run.
Sure, great.
All right. So how are we arranging this? We're going back in for the hostile.
Yep.
So I guess what we're gonna do is we'll put the trashables on the bottom. I want that Enigma at the top because it's so bad for them if they decide to res it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll credit kiting Saker back down, which just feels so good.
Yep. Yeah, they're broke if they res it again.
Yeah, they're not gonna. They're just gonna let us have it. And then just get $1.
So have a think about this. So Trojan horse is a thing.
Yeah.
So a little bit careful about that. So yeah, I think you have to take
a bucko.
Take a buck. They've got to have agendas in hand, Dan. Consulting visit for Trojan.
Oh!
There you go. All right.
All right, so we died.
Sure. They must have had that for a while because they didn't just draw it then.
We should have doofed.
Doofed? Well, I didn't. Yeah, then a little bit of money. It's been there. They should have just played it, right?
Well, no, we were keeping them at no money.
Oh, I see. They drew it then. Yeah, sure.
No, they had the consulting visit. That was the first, because remember, they needed 4 + 2.
Oh, 6, yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. Good. Well done, then.
Yep.
Always a thing when you have Liza on you.
Thanks for the game. All right. So the first race we scrub out, but we're going to continue on. I've been working on a very dubious Ken Tenma deck that I'm calling Racer X that I'd like to try at some point, where it's just Octane and Breakers. I'm very excited. Do you get the reference that I'm making with Racer X?
No, tell me about it. What is Racer X?
Did you ever watch Speed Racer?
Nope. I'm a man of my time. What era is even
That was
Speed
your
Racer?
time. That
was it?
Speed Racer being on in the United States was your time. But Racer X is the bad guy, like mystery racer from Speed Racer. He's like a criminal and like the villain racer. Like he's the Black Knight character.
Hmm.
But yeah.
So it's not like what's his called? Not the black, not the guy with the talking car.
No, not Knight Rider.
Okay. Okay.
Morning sorcery. I'm staying home from work because I'm not feeling very well, so that is why we are playing today. I do not like this hand at all. Actually, it's not terrible. What do you think?
So strike is going to be useful to us here. So one option you've got here is to do a little bit of setting up. So you could put down rogue trading and take money, and then the next turn you just do 2 lots of rogue trading. That sets you up with money forever, right? But that means you don't run first turn, because otherwise they'll probably just trash it.
Okay, so
You don't have anything to install with credit kiting.
yeah, let's mulligan.
Well, look at that.
Whew, that's way worse.
Yep.
All right. So do we just face check archives and see if they're willing to commit an ice to it?
So Cortex lock is a thing, right? So it's not bad, not terrible to put down the bankroll, right? And then run archives. If you put down the bankroll and run archives, they likely won't put ice on archives there, because that's a waste of time. Okay, fine.
We can put down the data sucker, which also helps with Cortex.
Yep.
Or we could also get Sacred down with credit kiting.
Again, not terrible.
Because, yeah, filling up our memory helps us a great deal.
Take a credit, yeah.
I think one of the big things that people often miss when they play against MTI is just because they can commit ice anywhere doesn't mean that they will. You have to evaluate, a starting hand, how many ice are they likely to have? If it's one of their best pieces of ice, are they going to want to commit it to archives,
Yeah. So I would consider a setup turn next turn, which is to put down the road trading, click the road trading. You could then run if you want. Again, that's not awful. So put down a road trading, hit road trading for money, and then run archives for 2-card draw.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that play. We got to race, man. We got to go fast.
They put a Nancy in. We're still alive.
They're not gonna.
There you go. Okay, that's good.
Now we have employee strike into the Doof.
Into Doof.
That's real good.
Yep.
And we'll get draws off that.
Okay, so that's fine.
Do we think that this is an NGO?
Well, it's that or a June bug or something weird, right?
Right. Casual sorcery. I'm glad you're here. Thank you very much for hanging out, man. I'm excited that there's some new people who don't normally get to watch the show who are here.
Okay. So you can strike Doof.
Yeah, it feels right.
And then I would run HQ.
Just normal, yeah.
Just a normal HQ, get an access while we can.
So has that just been an NGO that's been sitting on the board this whole time? Yeah, they're going to do the smart thing and they're going to wait until afterwards to pop it.
Yeah.
And then let's just go back in.
Yeah, let's just see what they got.
Bankroll is such a good card, Russell.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. And it's so well balanced. Oof. So I don't think we can. I don't think.
Might mean they've got a snare in hand, so they popped the NGO so they had the money for snare. So that's something to be aware of.
Yeah. if they're on bacterial programming, they could also be on some sort of snare, punitive, all 5/3s type of plan where they're trying to pare the hand down with net damage, and then on the steal turn kill you. So
Yep.
money differential is again going to be very important in this match.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm always excited when people who can't normally watch my show are able to watch my show. I have to imagine that a piece of ice is going to go on HQ.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Okay.
Okay. So let's draw a card. Okay. I think you draw another card.
That's nice.
Gamble.
Fairy.
Fairy.
Because that covers a lot of our bases. It doesn't cover tracker, but...
No. And then at some stage, you often have to like just face plant a tracker and take the hit.
Right. All right, do we want to run archives, see what's there?
I'll put Paragon down.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's just see.
Spend your money. Right, that's the other thing that will happen. Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's money spent.
Mm-hmm.
All right, R&D?
Yep.
Is people forget that Red Tree has this incredible power that's very well balanced by the fact that, you know, you have to pay for the ice. Alright, so we're going to put 2 cards back. Probably the Saker and the Credit Kiting.
Yep.
And then we'll match the strength of Data Loop.
So the question is, do you want to go in, bearing in mind that you die to snare? And you probably can't steal over Carter.
Well, we can just jack out, yeah. 1, 2...
We know what it is, and they've got no money. Well, they can't fire the snare, but I think that's fine. You're going to get those 2 cards back if you carry on. Let's have a think about this.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Carry on because you get the 2 cards back, and they've got no money to fire snare. So that's fine, Dan. Sorry, my mistake. Just take the access.
I jacked out. Hang on.
Yeah, run again and take the access. We get 2 credits from bankroll. So add 2 cards back.
I will in a second.
Also, you can de-res it if you want to.
I can de-res it if I want to, and I think I shall. And that also pads our hand even farther.
How many barriers? How many subs on it? You've got to break all of them. Yep. And then, actually, now we know what it is. Next turn, we can index through it.
Indexing is going to be tough depending on what we see. Yeah, so there's the other NGO.
Mm-hmm. But we're going to draw 2 cards and get 2 credits. So keep that. Yeah, that's good.
We access the Nancy, and we can use Credit Kiting to put Saker back down for nothing.
Seems good.
Credit Kiting is a solid card. Hey, thank you so much, Sorcery, for watching all the episodes. I really appreciate it. What do we think the HQ ice is? Do we think it's one of the Anansi's that we've seen?
Don't know. Interesting one. All right. So the data loop went onto archives.
Yes.
So you can run that for a free credits if they res it there. Then fine. That's the Anansi.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'll try to force the res there.
Cards are good.
I can't imagine they want to res that. And if they do, they totally earned it.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. We're not going to break, right? We're just going to...
No, I think, and then you run HQ, right? So put 2 cards back, and then
Check out.
and then run HQ.
Now, you're right, because we still won't die to snare.
And they can't rest tracker. Cortex lock would be bad. Okay. So they can't now resonancy, right?
Well, we can also pop this so we don't take the damage.
Pop what?
We can de-res it with Saker and we don't take the net damage.
That's true. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that. This deck is so slick.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. So next turn, we know it's a Nancy on R&D. So you could take another access now.
On HQ?
Right?
Yeah.
On HQ.
Yeah, let's do that. Because right now, if
this is where the sucker is good, actually.
Yeah. But if we can get the snare out of their hand, reverse the counts. Interesting. Do we ditch it here while we can see it?
Probably.
Yeah.
It's there for bad reasons, right? Yeah, just run again.
Sandstorm's not great.
Yeah. But...
They're living in the oppression of this employee strike, though.
Mm-hmm. So, all right, so that's stopped us indexing.
Now, we can run HQ just to force the Kagugo pop.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think we 100% will do. I'm so hungry for their cash. Yeah, they're not going to fall for that this time. So it's Paragon. Oh, no, I would love that dirty laundry. Thanks. Okay.
Okay, so let's think about where we go with this now.
Okay.
They might, if we dirty laundry in, we can pop the bankroll. If they res the Kakugo, but we need to get the Saker down, right?
Yeah. So click for a buck.
Yeah, credit put down Saker. What is it? How much is it to install?
4.
Yeah.
And then we'd have to pop bankroll and go back in with laundry.
No, just take a credit.
We'll do that next turn.
Yeah.
Saker's really good against MTI. Surprisingly. Okay.
So you can dirty laundry arc. Is that the thimble rig's a barrier, right?
No, thimble rig is a code gate.
It's a code gate. Okay, so we can't get through that. So you could like credit, dirty laundry, HQ.
Yeah.
And then you have to pop the bankroll on the way in.
Yeah.
You could draw, take some money, put the sucker down. That's also a possibility.
Do we want to put bankroll and sucker down?
Yeah, probably. We're a little bit poor right now, so taking money is not bad. I think we're going to be Anarchsure gambling, clicking for 4.
Anarchsure gambling.
And we've only got 5 cards in the heap, so we've not drawn much. So do you like... You can take some credits. So what would the turn be? Credit, laundry. Pop the bankroll if they res Kakugo. Something like that?
Yeah, I mean, we could do that.
Take 3 credits. We take 3 credits and then laundry. I can do that. That's fine.
We're putting so much value onto this one run. Now, are we popping bankroll so that we can do Saker?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. That ability is so powerful against their deck.
Mm-hmm.
We can send the other...
Yeah, probably you do that. Or you don't have to necessarily. Okay, I was going to suggest the alternative would be to embezzle next turn.
I mean, we can still embezzle. Actually, they've got to be holding agendas by now, right?
You'd think so. But we know that one of those is... Did you trash it? Yeah, you trashed it.
Yeah, so what do we ditch?
I think we ditch a Saker, probably.
Yeah, we're probably not going to Apocalypse this game. It's just going to be a very expensive endeavor. The good thing is we never have to take Kagugo damage.
No, although at some level that's not such a big deal. I mean, taking damage isn't terrible. You know, we've still got 30 cards left in the deck. It's a 50-card deck. So this is, I mean, you could take damage here, right? What do you think they've got in hand?
I mean...
We don't know, right?
We don't know.
Have they still got a preemptive action? Or where's that one? Yeah, that was the last game. You got to get Saker down. Right? And then if you dirty laundry HQ...
Let's get some information. Mm-hmm. And then we'll just take the damage.
Let's see what they do.
They're probably tired of getting taxed.
What's it cost? It's costing us 6 and it's costing them 4, right? Yeah. No, it's costing us 7, right? It's costing us 1.
They're not even going to do it.
Okay.
They're like, I'm tired. Ooh.
Perfect. Okay. So, if you shut down the data loop and then embezzle for ice.
We're working hard.
We are. And when there's such value in these runs, when you're getting a sucker token, a bankroll token, a paragon credit, a draw filter.
All right, so we're going to say ice? Yeah. Yep. Snare.
That's excellent. Yeah, we know.
All right, so if we can find the other embezzle and name asset...
Yeah.
I might just put down rogue trading, hit it, and draw a card next turn.
Yep, and if they trash it, that's fine.
Because I want that embezzle. If we can get those snares out of hand, that's a huge deal.
Mm-hmm. So we know that Kakugo's on archives.
All right, let's draw.
Let's draw, yeah.
Let's draw again.
Draw again. What's that? What's that one that we just drew? What did we just draw? What's that one there?
Falsified credentials. So whatever they put into the remote, we can tell if it's a snare. Or...
Sure. We're still looking for a code gate breaker.
We are. We are still looking for a code gate breaker. That is a thing.
Archives is Kakugo, I think.
Yeah, it is.
So let's force that res.
They're not going to do it. They don't want to do it, which makes sense. No, I would not like to add Amina to the bottom of the deck.
So I think you get a mina down.
I don't want to run HQ though, not until we have the embezzle.
No, you don't. That's right. Let's think about this. At some point, we want to index, right? Do you lose the fem? I guess a Nancy's a thing, right? We're going to need to break a Nancy eventually.
Yeah, and more than once, most likely. We can drop the extra Saker.
Yeah.
Well, actually, then that'll be all of our copies of Saker. We have 3 copies of Fem.
Yeah. Probably you can drop the Saker again. The worst thing is that if it goes back to hand and then we hit snare, then we're in trouble.
Or we can drop one of the falsifieds.
Sure.
There's already a lot. 2 NGOs are in the bin. And 2 reversed accounts. So we're not going to be running unadvanced stuff.
Yeah. Actually, it makes more sense to run archives twice than to take 2 credits if they're not resing the Kakugo. Because then you get the bankroll credits and the sucker counters.
Good catch. What an interesting and tense game we are having.
They've stabilized their economy.
They have. But they're not in great shape. I just desperately want that embezzle. That embezzle's so good.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's run archives.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't want to we've gotten a Jinteki player to the point that they do not want to res Kagugo.
Yep.
I'm actually going to add bankroll to the bottom because we don't need it, and I want the embezzle.
Yeah. Okay.
Do we want a dirty laundry in there? Into archives?
Sure, you could do that again. Yeah. I think we're setting up for the... I would set up for the indexing play, right?
Yeah. Gosh, just give me the embezzle.
Oh, and you can run the remote. Can we get in?
It's a...
We can get in unless it's 2 and Nancy, but then we got a fem.
But it's a snare, potentially.
It is, unless you falsify it. I'd rather falsify something that's advanced.
Yeah, that was my thought as well.
So you could run R&D
and find the Anansi.
Let's just see what they've got here.
Mirage, yeah, whatever, fire it. Like,
or you break it and they lose a credit, right?
Yeah.
And then you run into archives for a sucker token and a bankroll credit, and then they end up spending 2 res every time.
I really want this Anansi. Oh, they're not going to res it.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. We have to take it, right?
I think you take it.
Oh, that feels bad. And then we need to draw up to a 3rd card.
I would draw again, yeah.
And then pop bankroll.
Well, they can't punitive us twice, right?
If they play a money card and then punitive us once, in between the 2 punitives, we pop bankroll.
Yep.
Oh, is this going to be a Philotic? Yeah, good play on their part. What a nice bluff.
That was good.
So the snares are still in the hand.
The snares are still in the hand, sure. But now you run archives for the draw.
Hey Wesley, it's great to see you. I see you a lot online, so it's nice to see you in the chat.
How many femmes in the bin, Dan?
Now there's 2 femmes in the bin. We lost 2 of our lovely ladies. Okay. No, do not add fairy to the bin.
And is that an embezzle?
No, it's a credit kiting.
Okay.
Do you want me to draw to see if we can find it?
So you do have an option of running R&D and breaking the Mirage. They'll lose a credit if you do that, as well as, right, so break it.
And we're siphoning more bucks.
Yeah, we'll run into archives.
And we still get value for that
We continue, so get a sucker and a bankroll credit. Don't jack out.
Yep. Because that's just pure value for us.
Yeah. I'd
Do
run
we
again.
go again? R&D?
R&D.
See if they res it. They're like, nah. Okay.
So I would suck. Okay. So we need to be. They have got. Their 2 snares are in hand. We're
Yeah.
gonna.
I don't think we
draw...
can. I don't think we continue. I think we put the stuff back, sacre break, and jump out.
Yep.
And then we'll just put the fairy and that back. We'll. Yep. We have a ton of counters that we haven't been using.
You don't need to break it at all, right?
No. I want to de-res it.
Oh, okay, sure.
And then we're gonna jack out.
Yep. Again, you want to run archives for sucker and bankroll credits.
Yep. Because anytime we can de-res a barrier, it's just pure value town for us, especially with this bankroll rolling.
Also, running HQ with Thimble Rig gets them down below snare value.
Yeah.
So they can't fire snare.
Well, they can now, but yeah.
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's run archives.
Yep. Oh no! You need to get Sacred down. Well,
I mean, if they res it, we just bounce off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So if you bounce,
now we can do exactly what you were saying.
Yep.
We can run HQ, still get our draw, take a credit from them, and they can't fire snares.
Yeah.
I got you. Because now they're in money hell, and now we can also go check that remote, no problem.
Yeah.
Hey, Wedge X, thank you very much for the subscription. I really appreciate it. All right. So we access Mirage. Do we want to just keep...
You can clear out the snares, or you can go and see what's in the remote.
I think we're going to see what's in the remote, and then we can go back in and see if we can pick up a snare.
Yeah. This could be like Rashida.
I'm hoping this is a snare. This would be so rad. Oh, yeah, definitely glad I got rid of that.
Yeah. Run HQ.
These, the bankroll for her is, yeah, absolutely get rid of that. This is why I love having you on. We're playing this tactical, super tight game because we've got 2 heads going.
Yeah, and we can run R&D for a single access. If they res Mirage, you de-res it. So running R&D is good now.
I'd like to run HQ first so that they don't have any money for any snares.
Okay.
Even if they don't res a thing.
That's good. Are they forgetting about their ability?
I think they are.
We should acknowledge their comments as well. That they're not making it easy for us. They're.
No, I do not want to put embezzle. Okay, so that's.
And there's the game. Well played, Dan.
Good game. Well played, Russell. That was very,
that's very
tight play.
It's cool. Yeah, I mean, econ denial is still a thing.
Yeah, and the nice thing is I think the thing that's the most exciting thing about Liza is she's a criminal that runs every turn, and that feels very good.
Yep, and Seika won us that game. I mean, you picked up several of the Seika times that I probably wouldn't have done that.
Right, but
yeah,
that's pure cred denial.
Yeah.
Hey, is that you, Derek, in chat? Yeah, it looks like we've got Derek in the chat. All right, let's find another one. You got time for a couple more?
No, I got to head out now, Dan. I got to go home for cook Rachel's supper. So great to play with you. Really enjoyed that. Feel free to hit me up again if you got another deck that you want to try out, or we can try another racer deck another day.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for hanging out. I'll probably do a couple more games. I might jump over to the Ken deck and see how we do. Which is just objectively worse in every way.
All right, well, good luck with that.
We'll make it work.
All right, stay well.
Stay well. Have a good one.
Yeah, bye.
Bye. All right. All right, let's get the music on. I wish I had like more racing style music. That wasn't gonna get my videos pulled by YouTube. Hey, Ratsuka. I am not feeling very well, Derek, so I decided to stay home today. All right. Let's dig in. All right. Oh, interesting. Let's get Angolo down. Let's draw. Let's Maker's Eye. Angolo has really enabled a lot of these runners. Oh no, I definitely want that. That like to run a lot early because it is like a better version of an AI breaker because it also is a good code gate breaker. And code gates are a lot of what rush decks use in the early game to try to run out agendas. So there's still no ice down. Let's see if we can draw into... So they don't want to install anything because nothing is super good for them. Let's check archives. Hopefully it's not like a breach dome. Hey, Kanako guy, what's up? Welcome everybody, this is lovely. Got all my friends hanging out. Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast. All right, there it is. Yeah, they certainly taxed us a lot on that one, but we're still digging through. No. So that's probably the thimble rig, right? Let's just gain $1 and ditch Paragon. Let's draw. I'm wary to use Stim Hack in this matchup. Actually, the Special Order is probably the least needed card currently. I'd really like to draw into an Employee Strike. That would really empower us. So let's draw. Let's draw again. We're in rough shape, kiddos. Yeah. We're gonna need the Stim Hack. Legwork's probably our worst card. No, because you never encounter it. So try to recommend some decks in the comments that could be racer decks. Okay. Go archives. See if we can get an ice committed. I mean, I'm pretty okay with that. That hurts, but that's also... They can't add anything here. This is the thimble rig, so we're going to embezzle. And we're gonna say ice. We're working very hard. I'd really like to draw into a laundry. Yeah, red makes it go faster. Alright, so let's ditch that. Let's ditch that. Ditch that, and ditch that. We're working hard. Yeah, I mean, we can try different things, though. So I think here, let's draw. Let's run archives. And let's doof. Yeah, I mean, we could do a max race deck. You'd have to probably put, like, real breakers into her if you wanted to just not do standard. Could do, like, a build with the console that has the recurring credits for using icebreakers. Chrysium Grid? Okay. So we're never gonna win the money war. Hey, Satiric, thanks very much for the host. I appreciate it. Also, we are pounding the pavement super hard with an Angolo. Gotta go fast. Spinal Modem, yeah, that's the one. Wonder if they're gonna trash trading. Yeah. Alright. Next turn, we're gonna go for a Maker's Eye. That was a misplay. I should have run that turn. Or not played the Employee Strike at all. Oh, I'm somewhat see-through because my shirt's green. You could probably do like a Surfer deck in Max. That would be a really good like racer deck. Okay, yeah, let's break. Start getting these counters. I wonder if they're gonna swap. So we have an Embezzle. Do we think that that is a Chrysium? Oh yeah, that's an idea. Wheel is another potential. Smoke and Jasminder are obvious. Jasminder and Akiko are obvious choices in Shaper. Alright, I really want to know what that upgrade is, so I guess that's what we're gonna do. It is the Chrysium. So we'll ditch that. Dupe's probably our worst card. So if they pop this and score something with it, we go in and we do Operation to try to get some of the money cards out of their hand. Another Chrysium? So we're slowly starting to whittle their money down. This is probably going to be another SSL. Hot Pursuits. Okay. Let's try to slow them down as much as we possibly can. Okay. We gotta go for it. Okay, we eat the damage. Yeah, I don't know. I think we just don't We just don't draw enough. Our opponent disconnected, unfortunately. Alright, we'll give him a sec to come back. Alright, looks like they bailed. Alright everybody, thank you for hanging out for the very first episode of Day Job Racers. I'm gonna try to continue this as a recurring kind of fun side bit. And until I see all of you lovely people again, always be running.